give me a sec. Just want to share my screen really quick. Make sure I get this going. I want to talk about what's going on with, obviously, the market, right? The market has just been insane. So just give me 1 second. Haven't done a live stream in a bit. Just hold tight. Got to remember how to do this. 1 second, guys. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling about this, how you're feeling about the market right now. It's pretty crazy what's going on, right? Just how quickly things can change, okay? So, let me just pull this up. I think I am sharing my screen. This is me. Good thing I wasn't watching naughty videos, because that would have not been a good thing. All right, haha. All right, guys. So, yes, tariffs have been paused, which has made the markets go bananas. I'm going to talk about the different coins that I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at. So 90-day pause on non-retaliating countries. I love that word. Is very it's very confrontational in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you're not a retaliating country? Well, that's a good thing. So let me just dive right into some prices. The S&P is going up a lot, very quickly. So the S&P keeps going up, and I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see that. It's pretty cool what's going on. So the S&P right now is up 9% for the day, which is insane. That's an insane day for the S&P. And basically erased the last 4 days of losses. The 10-year is kind of chilling. Volatility index going down. The dollar, staying kind of stable. The VIX went down a lot. Volatility is going down. Don't worry, I'll get to the exciting stuff in a moment. NASDAQ up 12%. Wait. Have I been talking to myself this whole time? Jeez. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, all the comments. All right, holy crap. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. That was embarrassing. All right, let me just make sure the settings are all good. Good. Microphone good. Microphone check. All right, we're good. We are good. Okay, there we go. Late to the ball game, but here we go. All right, so tariffs, yes. Pause on the tariffs. Lovely news for the markets. Stocks soar after Trump pauses some tariffs, except China. China's being naughty. China is naughty. Let's take a look at the market really quick here. We have some really exciting days, or today. 1 hour chart, holy crap, right? 24 hours, things are up a ton. We have XRP over $2 again, which is what I like to see. Ethereum has a nice 11% bounce. Bitcoin 7% up. So what we're seeing right now is just a reaction to the pause. So Bill Ackman, like him or hate him, smart guy, CEO of Pershing Square, says brilliantly executed by Trump. And Bill Ackman has actually been very vocally against tariffs. He thought they were doing it was a very stupid thing to do. Textbook art of the deal. Okay? Time is not China's friend. Every U.S. company that sources products in China is in the process of finding alternative suppliers. So basically, China is still, we're still not friends with China right now. Supply chains are time-consuming and can be expensive and challenging to move. Once moved, they are sticky tick-tock. All right, so let me take a look here. We have David Sachs, who I actually really like David Sachs. He was in the All In podcast, and ever since he got the job at the White House, he kind of stopped. And I think his work at the White House has been tremendous. Why am I not following him? Oops, that was awkward. Just kidding. It's because maybe I was following the official account. Nope. Sometimes I don't follow people. Okay, anyway. So, he said an hour ago, they, meaning those opposing most likely Trump and the tariffs, they did everything they could to create panic. They predicted a Black Monday that would never come. They became jubilant over an intraday correction. They were rooting for Trump to fail, even if it meant the market and economy crashed. Fortunately, their hopes have been dashed. Trump has been vindicated. Again, this is this guy's opinion. Feel free to disagree. I'm kind of neutral on this stuff. I don't really know if tariffs are the best idea. I have heard just really intelligent people on both sides, and it just seems like one of these very complex issues that nobody really knows what's going on. China is isolated, and the rest of the world is lining up to negotiate new trade deals. Do you think this would have happened if Trump had asked nicely? That's a fair question. Maybe if he had said, pretty please, never. This was the only way to rewrite the rules of global trade. Once again, Trump was right about everything. All right, so David Sachs is like a hardcore Trump lover. You may be that. A lot of you guys hate him. A lot of you guys hate Trump, and I'm kind of in the middle where I can see both sides. I think that's I've had people say that's because I'm a Gemini. My horoscope. I can see both sides. I can understand many perspectives. So here we go. Lots of back and forth going on here. Let me just go right into the markets really quick. So let me head up to TradingView. So S&P up 9% today. Sweet. The 10-year up a little bit, which not great. I mean, we need to refinance a lot of money, a lot of debt, right? So we want this to go down. Ultimately, the VIX down a ton. Volatility index makes sense. Less volatile. People are feeling a little bit safer right now. Get the NASDAQ up 12%, which is unheard of. Dow Jones up 7%. Gold is up 3%, which is interesting too. Okay. Let's take a look at some cryptos because that's what everybody wants to know about. Bitcoin, massive green boner candle, 8%. Bitcoin dominance down, which makes sense because people are like, you know what? Maybe we can be more risk on right now. So we are going to buy altcoins. That's why Bitcoin dominance went down. Very simple. My guess, yeah, others dominance. So everything other than the top 10, it's up. It's up today. That makes sense. So this is a really interesting chart, right? This shows over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, 11 days, that every coin, every crypto coin other than those in the top 10 has generally been going down, right? Medium cap, small cap, meme coins, everything has been tanking. And today, or essentially over the last few hours, all coins have been going up. All coins not in the top 10 have been going up. And this is fascinating too, guys. We have stable coins, USDC, massively going down today. And then USDT, the same thing. So people are feeling safer about investing. They're feeling safer about being risky right now or investing into altcoins, right? So I think that's really cool. I think what we're seeing is interesting. I don't think we're out of the woods yet, like I shared in the video I just posted. I really don't think we're out of the woods, which I'll share in just a second. So there's a lot of altcoins that are just doing incredibly well, right? Aave up 13%. Let me just take a look. Link up 15% today. Athena, these are ones I've talked about a lot in the station. We have Aave up a lot. I already said that. All right. Actually, some of these are the USDT pairs. Some of these are the Bitcoin pairs. Solana up 13%. So really good news there, right? I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing there. Now, I don't think that this is going to stick forever. I think we still will come back down to where we were literally yesterday. I really do. So not financial advice, obviously. Nothing I say is, but I picked up a lot of coins, a lot of XRP actually. Picked up a lot of XRP. Let me just head to BTCC right here. So I picked up a fair amount. Oops. How do we get this back? All right. Glitchy. There we go. So I picked up a lot of XRP because I just have this psychological mark in my brain that $2 is a great buy zone. We went below it, right? XRP, we went below it to around $1.60. But now we're back above it. So I think taking profits, if you were able to buy when things were low, I think that'd be a good idea, right? I think that would be a good idea. I really don't think we're out of the woods. China is selling treasuries. China, I believe, is just exiting the entire U.S. economy. At least that's what's been talked about. And that would be enormous, right? There's a lot of people on Twitter saying that. Well, actually, I posted this on my X account or my Twitter. Let me just go this really quick. So, yeah, right here. China imposes retaliatory tariffs. There are signs that China's economy is cracking, slow growth, etc. But China's a superpower, and if they're not, if Trump and China are not doing well, it's not going to be good. I found this really funny. So let me just head to the Truth Social really quick. Right here, Truth Social. I'm actually not on Truth Social. Let me know if you guys are. For some reason, I just haven't really jumped on it. But okay. So let me refresh this just to make sure Trump did not say anything else. Okay, yes, he did. He is very vocal. I'm not going to play this 5-minute congratulations, but yeah. So 2 hours ago, raising tariffs charged to China by the United States to 125%. China can no longer rip off the U.S. and other countries. No longer sustainable or acceptable. What an interesting guy. I've authorized a 90-day pause, right? That's what we're talking about. But before that, he's like, buy the dip. Essentially, he's like 4 hours before he says something that he knows will make the markets rip. Guaranteed he knew the markets would rip once he says he's doing a 90-day pause of the tariffs, guys. And he's like, this is a great time to buy Donald J. Trump. It's quite interesting. Some would argue that this is market manipulation. Some would argue. I'm not saying that I am saying that. I'm saying that some would argue. And then around that same time, he says, be cool. Everything is going to work out well. The USA will be bigger and better than ever before. So he's giving people just a lot of encouragement to buy before he announces what he announced. Okay? Pretty interesting. So let me head back to BTCC. If you're a new trader and you want to pick up some bonuses, you can do so. Nonetheless, here we are. XRP has come up quite a bit, above $2. Taking a look at Solana. Yeah, we're just seeing some nice green candles up. I've already kind of talked about this, but just everything is up. Up over 10% for a lot of the coins that I like to buy, right? Ondo up 22% today. So a lot of coins are up a lot. Let me take a look at ETH really quick. Here. ETH is up quite a bit to 11%. Now, yes, I know the chart looks stupid and scary because we've been down quite a bit. I'm not saying this is like great news, but it's like it's interesting how quickly the market can change, how the sentiment can change. Let me go read some of your guys' comments. Okay. Comments. Hulk boner candle, absolutely. It's really interesting. Some of you guys hate Trump. Some of you guys love him. Some of you guys don't really care. I think the rug pull will come when they realize China is serious about not budging on tariffs. Yeah, I think there's still so much uncertainty with what's going to happen, and China is such a huge global player, and what's going to happen with China and the other countries in BRICS, Brazil, Iran, right? There's still a lot. There's still a lot that can happen, right? Trump doesn't understand trade. Yep. A lot of people think he rushed this. I think he rushed this too. But there are people like, again, David Sachs. Granted, he is a part of the cabinet, so he kind of he doesn't have to be this bullish or this positive, but he is. But I think saying Trump was right about everything is a little extreme. But then again, David Sachs is literally a part of the cabinet, the crypto AI czar. So take that for what you want. Let's go through more of the comments here. Kathy Wood bought all the shares yesterday. Let's see. What happens next? What happens next is, well, what I think is going to happen is we're going to go back down. I think we're still going to see a lot more volatility. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. That's what I personally think. But nobody knows. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. So that's what I think is going to happen, is we're going to go back down a bit. So the Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, as I've said in the past, no one creates leverage for himself like Donald Trump. Okay? Again, these people are literally a part of the cabinet, so they are going to be very bullish and very, very positive. Howard Lutnick said, Scott Bessent and I sat with the president while he wrote one of the most extraordinary truth posts of his presidency. The world is ready to work with President Trump to fix global trade, and China has chosen the opposite direction. So China is really the thing that could set everything back a lot. So that's what I'm worried about, is China. So what am I doing right now when it comes to buying coins? What am I doing right now? And I'll just kind of end the live stream in a second. So I'm buying fear. I mean, realistically, guys, nobody on YouTube, nobody on X, nobody on CNBC or Bloomberg, definitely not Jim Cramer, inverse Jim Cramer, whatever he says to the opposite. Nobody can predict what's going to happen short term. Long term, Bitcoin's going up. Long term, crypto is here to stay. M2 money supply is increasing. Rates will eventually come down. All of this will happen long term. So when it comes to Bitcoin, here, let me just get to Trading View. I don't really like right here. I'm buying fear. I'm buying extreme fear, guys. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm selling euphoria. So if you were lucky enough to buy some of these dips when Bitcoin was $78,000, $76,000, like I shared in my Discord, if it were me, actually it is me, so what I'm doing is I'm taking some profits. I think it's important to take some profits off the table. Now, if you have a 5-year, 10-year window, then maybe you don't need to or you don't want to. But I think we're going to come back down. I don't think we're done. I mean, that's just my opinion here. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm prepared for more dips. I'm prepared for more volatility to the downside because China is just this huge superpower. And right now we're not on good terms with China, right? So that is what I am experiencing, or what I'm thinking. Pump and dump, maybe. Trump and dump, as they call it. Bull run is here. I wouldn't go that far. Good job for getting out at the top. You are better than 99.9% of the people. Okay, I'm reading some comments here. Trump wants fair trade for the U.S. Manufacturers will either move to the U.S. or pay the tariffs, which will assist in significantly lowering national debt over the next 4 years. Yeah. M2 global liquidity is right on track. Absolutely. I've been tracking that for a while. And I think that global liquidity is important. I think that the Fed is going to cut rates, especially if we see more extreme volatility to the downside. Buying fear is wise. Absolutely, man. Like buying when everyone is saying like the world is ending is never a bad idea. All right. 99 point, yes. You are smarter than most people, guys. So that's basically it. I just wanted to come on here, say hello to everybody. Probably some of you guys are like, what's going on with Celsius and Ionic? I'll make a video about that if you're in that camp as well. But just regarding cryptos, I think it's been a fun day, but just don't get too hopeful. I just don't get that hopeful anymore. There's just so much that can happen like we've seen. I mean, I kind of was expecting Bitcoin to drop down to where it was, like I've been sharing about for a while. So let me go back here to trading view really quick. So if I take a look at the bull market support band, let me just make this a little bit bigger for you guys. 1 second. Okay. Come on. There we go. So the whole bull market support band, I mean, when we were back here in December and January, and I was like, guys, we're going to cross this band, right? And we did. I was saying, like, be prepared to cross this. And we did. And I was like, that'll be around $85,000 or so. And yeah, we went a little bit lower than I thought we'd go because nobody really expected what's going on with these tariffs, or a lot of people didn't. But yeah, I mean, the price of Bitcoin isn't concerning. It does suck, but it's not concerning to me. And yeah, M2 money supply is going up, right? We know what is going to happen in the long run, guys. So yeah, not concerned. Everything is going as planned. As Lynn Alden says on Twitter, nothing stops this train. Essentially, if the bond market breaks, stocks go down, and things don't go as planned, Bitcoin, I really believe, is this alternative safe haven asset that people will realize more and more. And that applies to crypto as well, not just Bitcoin, but that applies to crypto as well. So yeah, buy the fear. I mean, anytime there is fear, buy it. If you have the money, buy it. Don't sell. Don't sell when people are panicked, because that's rarely a good idea. So let me take a look at Bitcoin right now. We hit a high of around 83, and today there was a low of 74. I mean, that is a really, really big day in the world of a massive asset like Bitcoin, right? So far, and it's only 1 p.m. Pacific or Mountain Time, 82 to 74, guys. So I will end the live stream there. Definitely what a time to be alive. Hello. Peace and prosperity to the family. Thank you. I guess that's for me. What's up, guys? All right, so I will end the video there, guys. Just a quick live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry about the audio issue at first. And I think there's a lag between my voice, my mouth moving, and the microphone. I think there's a way for me to fix that. So I don't do a lot of live streams, so sorry if this was kind of ghetto and janky, as I used to say as a child, and I guess as I'm saying as an adult. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Gratitude, peace, prosperity, and finally, for those of you in Celsius, I'll leave this one up on the screen. Peace out, guys. Take care.